Welcome viewers joining us here on RTE2 Sport. We're about to get the action underway. All the officials appointed by the Boxing Union of Ireland. President, Mr. Mel Crystal. Supervisor in charge of this contest is Mr. Tony Lee. Timekeeper at the bell is Alec McKenzie. And referee in charge of the action is Emil Teat. It's now time to meet the contestant firstly and introducing to you. Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the white trunks trimmed with gold. Weighing in at 9 stone 11 pounds, 15 fight records, 9 wins. 1 inside the scheduled distance, 5 losses and 1 draw. He's from the seaside town of Blackpool, England. Would you please welcome Jeff Thomas. And across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, he's wearing the white trunks trimmed with green and gold. Weighing in at 9 stone 11 pounds 8 ounces with an 18 fight record, 15 wins, 8 inside the scheduled distance and 3 losses. He's fighting out of Oklahoma, where he is the state champion. He's from Portmarnock, Ireland. Please welcome Oisin Fagan. So sports fans and RTE2 sports fans, let's get the action underway then. 10 rounds of boxing for the vacant Irish light welterweight championship.
Championship fight, conduct yourselves like professionals all the time. Touch them up, let's go to work.
Seconds out, round 1.
For the vacant Irish title, 2 men have come a distance to Dublin, but one has been here a long time before this fight. Oisin Fagan, a Portmarnock man who went to America on a soccer scholarship to Oklahoma and stayed there and became a fighter. That's the one man with the more hair is Fagan. That includes the referee, Emil Teat. Did box here before Oisin Fagan. Last time he was here was last October, and he beat Richard Schifo, an American, in a round. Good slugger. Champion of the state of Oklahoma, USA, which is about as middle America as you could possibly get. And if you think it's warm in Ireland today, it's over the 100 degrees Fahrenheit in Oklahoma.
You can tell, Jimmy, that he's been training in America. He's a crouch style, bob and a weave, you know, and a hard target to actually nail. He's making himself very hard to hit here. And that's a typical American style. Bob, weave, keep your chin well tucked in and your head down. All action this first round here. Plenty of action, plenty of punches being thrown, but there's no great power in the punches, Jimmy. I've just remarked, because I don't think these guys are KO specialists now. They're what you call hurtful punchers. So there's no great big bombs being thrown.
Fagan, though, has won 15 fights, and 8 of them were KOs, or inside the distance affairs. Only one such premature end in the career of Jeff Thomas, having won 9 and lost 5 of his 15. There was 1 a draw. Thomas from St. Anne's, that's the place near Lytham, near Blackpool, famous championship golf course there, Royal Lytham St. Anne's. But the people in his corner very much with the Celtic jerseys on them in the corner, and as you can see, he has a big shamrock on his left leg there.
It's a nice body shot, bit low on the belt, but on the borderline, but a good solid body shot there from Thomas.
This, of course, is a title fight, so just keep your shots up. That is in reference to Dave Boy McCauley saying, just on the borderline. Emil Teat would totally agree with you there. Just keep your punches up. Good, sensible refereeing from Emil.
They're getting the hot up now, Jimmy. They're both letting the punches go now with flowing motion. And a bit more power than there was at the start of the fight. Good stuff. There was that left hook to the body, but it was low twice. The referee clocked that right away, and that's why he pulled Thomas aside and didn't give him a public warning, but let him know not to be doing it anymore. Good stuff here from both fighters. Fagan's getting in there, Thomas is getting in there. Good stuff.
Tight where you can turn to the body. You got to take his body away from him. He's protecting his head way too much. So you got to go to the body. Straight right. You didn't throw one too right to the body. You know what I mean? You got to get it right now. Give me a breath. Give me a deep breath. Give me a deep breath.
Corners 10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 2.
It's scheduled for 10. This is the second. Been an engaging first round. Both men certainly couldn't accuse them of being negative anyway, that's for sure. Thomas does have a height advantage, and clearly you can see there a reach advantage as well. So Kelly want to get in closer, Dave.
Just what I was just about to say, Jimmy. Thomas has a height advantage here and a reach advantage, so therefore he should be using that to his full ability. But what he is doing now is he's fighting Fagan's fight. Like, Fagan's drawing him in close, and that suits Fagan right down to the ground, whereas Thomas should be, in theory, keeping it at long range.
Good rugged fighter, Oisin Fagan, as you say. They like him in America. Lives in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, he's all American. He's a typical American stage. I mean, he's all action, throws plenty of shots, moves plenty, you know, and gets involved in the brawls, and that's what the Americans love. They love to see a war. That was 3 good right hooks into the Fagan's rib cage there. Didn't do a lot of damage, but if you keep that up, you break the barriers down.
Jeff with a big shamrock. It looks as though he's certainly an accurate hitter, whatever about a powerful hitter. But obviously he can't be that powerful or he'd have more than one stoppage on his record. Fagan rolling in again, as you said, that American style. Constantly rolling the body, but still managing to keep balance. That's a good little spurt there from Fagan. And it's Thomas who holds him on. And right came over the top of Fagan's guard. Want to be careful of that. Again, Thomas just a trifle low with the left hand. Just on the belt or thereabouts.
Thomas sticks that big left jab out here and stays out of trouble. He can box, this guy, but he's not using his boxing ability. He's getting involved in a brawl, as I said earlier on, and he's too much infighting. He should be standing back here and keeping the fight at long range. He's not doing that.
The more he brawls, the more Fagan's enjoying it.
Yes, and he's fighting a fight to suit Fagan, not to suit himself.
So if you talk about the power of wills, it's Fagan who's imposing his will on this one. Last few seconds of the second round. And it's a pretty even affair, I would have thought, up to now. And there's the bell to end round 2. I don't know if you've got it close, but I would certainly, Dave.
Good right hand by Fagan, right bang over the top, landed bang on the money. Good stuff, and that actually hurt Thomas. Wasn't that powerful of a shot, but it did a bit of damage. There's 3 right hooks right bang into Fagan's rib cage there.
Listen to me. Don't worry about if he's got you, man. You fucking go to the body with that right hand like we've been working on fucking thousands of times. Stay busy with
Bonus 10 seconds.
You want to get outside, move around, stay to your right. You hear me? You hear me? Fight down that mouthpiece and throw them punches.
Seconds out. Round 3.
So it's round 3 of a schedule 10, and it's Fagan straight away into his work. The Gael force, they call him in America. They like to have names attached to boxers. Way back Damon Runyonism. Fagan's a fighter. The way to America is a young fellow on a soccer scholarship. Went to college. Degree in journalism. A good lad. With all the steps about him. Thomas has again been drawn into the Oisin trap.
This old action style of Fagan's, that catches the judge's eyes. He's throwing plenty of shots. They're not all landing, Jimmy. They're not all doing a lot of damage, but it's a sheer work rate, and that captures everybody's eyes. And that's a sheer work rate that he has tonight, which is swinging these rounds for him. It's just pressure, pressure, pressure.
Cumulative effect. Referee Emil Teat in charge of this one. His second fight of the night. If Thomas could put Fagan at the end of that left jab of his and boxes from there, but no. Fagan is drawing him in, bringing the fight to him. Fagan tried an uppercut there, was pretty near the mark. Whizzed by the chin of Jeff Thomas.
It's good stuff by Fagan again. They're not all hitting the target, Jimmy, but they're scoring points, and he's accumulating points here, and that's the idea of this game: hit and not be hit. And he's not getting hit very often himself. Fagan, he's fighting a real good fight here. Pressurizing Thomas, making Thomas make mistakes. Thomas is throwing the punches over the top, around the side. You know, he's not fighting a fight that suits Thomas. He's fighting a fight that suits Fagan, and that means he's drawing Thomas right into him, drawing him into the spider's web, and tying him up with knots, and throwing plenty of good hard shots.
So a good fight for Oisin Fagan here, looking for this vacant Irish title and going about it the right way. He's giving value for money. Anyone who paid into the stadium tonight, they certainly have seen no lackluster fights as yet, and nobody's suggesting that they will, but these fellas have given value. They've been at it right from the start. Nobody's standing back and pussyfooting around. And Kelly, or Fagan, really wants to have it this way, and he's not giving any respite at all to Jeff Thomas, the man from St. Anne's. Couple of good left hand and a right hand there from Thomas, but well covered up, and the bell to end yet another 3-minute segment.
Third coming, right?
Just the same again. We've been having this the whole way through the fight. Fagan's pressurizing, throwing plenty of shots, hooks, right hooks, left uppercuts, straight punches, just piling on the pressure as he's doing so now.
Seconds out. Round 4.
Round 4, which will bring us up to 40% of the scheduled fight. Interesting contrast in styles here. The fighting, battling, Fagan. Thomas replacing, as you know, Peter McDonough in this title fight. McDonough involved in that controversial one against Michael Gomez. Not of McDonough's doing, mind you. The no mass fight here at the stadium. And Fagan's gone right after him now, and he has him in the corner, and it's Thomas who has to succumb and allow the referee to come in and separate them. That's a good piece of pressure fighting there by Fagan.
Yes, he's been doing the same thing the whole way through the fight. It hasn't changed at all. Pressure, 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 and it's paying off here. Thomas is beginning to flounder us slightly here. You know, he's more negative now than what he was in earlier rounds. I would nearly take a hazard that he seems to be running out of steam. But maybe I'm wrong in saying that, but Thomas seems to be pretty negative. Here, the hands are getting low. You know, he seems very lethargic. There's no get up and go in him. You know, there's no sharpness there.
He looks slightly sharper in the earlier rounds, but the cumulative effect of the punching, and there's been a lot of body shots in it from Fagan, probably taking their effect. And here's more of it as he comes after Thomas. Thomas with his trunks pretty high up his belly, so that it moves the belt area. So that's the referee's decision anyway. But Fagan changes feet there, came in and led with his left hand for a change, went from right to left, switch hitting by Oisin Fagan. And this is a good run for the Portmarnock man.
He's building up a clear points here, so he is, Jimmy. He's running away here in the points because the simple fact is that Thomas isn't doing enough work. Throwing 3 or 4 shots, bang, and that's it, and then moves away and lies back. Whereas Fagan's keeping coming, pressure, 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 and this is swinging the fight for Fagan.
If Fagan is fit, and we have no reason to suggest he's not, if he's fit, he can go on like this more or less indefinitely, and I doubt if Thomas can.
He's going to have to be fit because to keep this pressure up, it's just relentless the whole way through. He hasn't taken a backward step from round 1, and Thomas, in my eyes at the minute, is beginning to flounder a bit. You know, there's nothing coming back. 1 or 2 punches, bang, and that's it. You know, he's not replying enough.
Fagan putting together clusters of punches, and even if some of them are blocked on the arms, you've got to get a big percentage of them like getting through and impressing the man who's going to make the decision there, Emil Teat. Good round again for Oisin Fagan, maybe his best of the fight.
A big overhand right there, missed the target, but Fagan just doing the same thing the whole way through this fight, just hasn't taken a backward step. He's getting in there, he's throwing plenty of shots, nothing that's going to really knock you out, but he's making Thomas think, and what's that I think Thomas is doing too much of? Too much thinking and not enough work.
Corners, 10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 5.
Round 5 of 10, and it's very warm in the stadium tonight. It must be way up in the mid-80s, but it's something that Fagan would be very used to now that he lives in Oklahoma City. As I said earlier, it's over 100 degrees there at the moment. So there's nowhere to hide. And it's humid as well, so he won't be worried about the humidity here in the stadium, nor indeed the Fahrenheit. And just put in the gum shield again for Jeff Thomas. A strange kind of a gum shield. Sometimes when he bares, you might get a chance to see it. You will, of course. When he bares his teeth, you'll think that the gum shield, he looks a bit like Dracula, doesn't he? Does it frighten Fagan? Not a bit.
I don't know, but I think Thomas here's looking for a way out. He's beginning to complain now and beginning to frown and make faces here. It's not good signs for Thomas at this right now, Jimmy. You know, he's beginning to flounder very badly here. And he's looking, in my eyes, he's looking for a way out. I think if Fagan piles the pressure on here, there's a good chance that either this round or the next round he could end this fight.
You think he'll go down in a heap? He'll crumble?
Well, he's looking that way. He doesn't look as if he wants to know that he's... when fighters begin to make faces and that, Jimmy, it's a sure sign that they're not too happy the way things are going.
And even the punches with which he respond there, talking about going down in a heap, there he is going down, and he doesn't look to have the will or the inclination to get up and fight on. But pride is the spur. Emil Teat having a word on him. Now this is pretty well his last chance now. Fagan must know that it's now or never. Thomas got a wake-up call there. And Fagan gives him not one moment respite.
When Thomas came flying at Fagan there after he got put down after the count, that's the most punches I've seen him throwing in anger. Well, not in anger. Well, anger's the wrong word, because you shouldn't lose your temper in the ring. But that's the most punches I've seen him throwing all in one go since the fight began. You know, he steamrolled forward, and he took the play away from Fagan just for about five seconds.
That's
there.
all it was a spurt, though. Fagan, tremendously strong fellow. There's 3 left hands in a row. Maybe not with any fantastic power from Fagan, but it must be frustrating for Thomas because he can't get a shot at him at all. The crouching style of the Oklahoman, and a solid right to the body there. That'll be a sore body of Jeff Thomas's tomorrow, and he's saying to himself now, God, get me out of here. Is there a trapdoor? Because this Fagan won't stop. And there's the bell for the end of 5. And Thomas looks a pretty bedraggled figure as he makes his way back to the corner.
Here we go, here's the knockdown. Some good shots, but it was a body shot that did the damage there. The first right uppercut, you see it coming under the short rib here. It's a good solid shot by Fagan. But that's when Thomas made a bit of a comeback here. But just for a few short seconds. That was after the knockdown, which is the most he has done in anger since the fight began.
You can see the face of Oisin Fagan. It's unmarked, unblemished, and it doesn't look he's been through 5 rounds of championship fighting, whereas Thomas in his corner, don't hit him. Thomas in his corner is looking worse of the wear. All that remains now is to answer the question, how much spirit has Thomas got? Well, just as after the knockdown, he comes out with a bit of a spurt at the top of this round.
Well, this is what he's trying to make Fagan think. Oh, he's getting a bit of a warning here. He's trying to make Fagan think that the punches that put him down there didn't really do any damage. You know, it's a psychological thing that fighters do to try and make their opponent think, oh, I'm okay. But you know right and well that they were hurt, because if they weren't hurt, they wouldn't go down.
Just a little wild there for a moment. Fagan just not quite hitting the target. Punch is just a little loose, but he may get back on the track again. He hasn't been off it too often in this fight. There's a very low-looking punch that hits Thomas on the thigh.
See this?
You get a dead leg in football, but getting one in boxing would be something.
Yeah, you have to take the heat into consideration tonight, Jim, because the heat in here is really warm. Like, see, sitting here at ringside, and we're doing nothing bar talking. Like, the sweat's rolling off my brow now. So what's it not like in there for those two guys? You know, with the lights and all that are so close to them, it's bound to be really hot, and that does sap your strength when you're not used to that type of heat, which Thomas clearly isn't, and Fagan is, and that's why I think Thomas is beginning to flag here.
Don't blame him. As Dave Boy McCauley says, we're only ringside, sitting down and looking at it. And these boys have to take and give. In the nature of the game, one of the toughest ways to earn a living in all of sports. The place with no hiding spot. Now this Fagan boy has really come to fight, and Thomas looks to the referee, Emil Teat, and that's almost with a plead there, do something about it, and Teat comes in and separates them. Fagan head tucked down in the glove, shin almost invisible to the punches of Thomas. As Dave Boy McCauley says, a very American trait indeed. hard to hit.
I just feel if Fagan piles the pressure on here now, Jimmy, there's a real good chance he can stop this guy either this round or the next round. But he's just not being as adventurous now as what he was in the earlier rounds, which is only but fair because it's been a hard-fought pace. But if he piles the pressure on now, I think there's a real good chance he can stop this fight.
I'm firmly against ageism, so I don't want to bring it up. But maybe in the heat here and the humidity in the stadium, does age matter? Fagan's 32, Thomas is 24. We're in round 6. Last seconds thereof, but Fagan, Oisin Fagan, has hardly taken a backward step since this contest began. He's looking good.
Good stuff here from Fagan, but that one went round the back and hit him on the bottom, if you want to say it politely. Oh, and that's another low show from another low blow from Fagan here again. He's threw a few wide ones here, but he got away with it. The referee didn't do too much.
Fagan relaxing as best he can. He's really up for this. Very focused. You can see him looking across the ring at his opponent.
Round 7.
It's the 7th round. Begins with a Fagan left hand of the body. A couple more from Fagan, and Thomas hasn't hit him now, and they've been boxing for 12 seconds in this round. Jeff Thomas not without support. Indeed, right behind us here at ringside. People shouting advice to Jeff. Sometimes in those shots side on, he looks like Ronaldo, doesn't he, the Brazilian centre forward.
There's very little power in Fagan's shots, but they're beginning to break Thomas down here now. He's throwing that many that Thomas just doesn't really know what to do. He's standing back here, the hands are down, and he's looking with a look that says, what do I do next? How do I stop this guy from coming forward? And he's beginning to make faces again, and it's not a good sign. I just feel that a bit more pressure from Fagan here, and this fight could be all over. Kind of on that, so he hurt him again. He
has hurt him again, and again. That left hand then following up. Fagan has a lot in stock here. He's going after Thomas. Thomas is sitting on the rope. If he wanted to pick, he lives not far from Blackpool. I bet he wish he was on the Golden Mile now. And it's not a good sign to see the gum shield going down. But any port in the storm.
But he looks absolutely drained. And I put that down to the fact today was so hot today in Ireland. It was I'm so hot in this ring tonight. And plus the fact there's a guy standing in front of there and he's trying to punch the living dead out of you, so it makes things very, very hard and very tiring.
It looks like Thomas's Irish title. It's only a matter of time now. There's a minute to go in this 7th round, and Thomas is crawling all over him. And there's no way Thomas can survive this. Fagan is looking like a title winner here. Thomas is struggling. He is struggling. He's looking at the referee, trying to convince Emil Teat that he's fine. But every time he's in trouble, he comes out like this. A false kind of courage from Thomas. Not so much courage, but a bit of false bravado, trying to show Fagan that he's unhurt. But of course, he's not cutting Fagan. Fagan has him in trouble again. Referee stepping between them. And that is good compassion and good common sense from Emil Teat. And up in the air goes Oisin Fagan, the young man from Portmarnock who's come back from Oklahoma City and in his native city of Dublin has just become the Irish champion at light welterweight. Well done, Oisin Fagan. Terrific stuff. Round 7 all over. He fought very hard, he fought skillfully, and he punched dozens of times.
Yep, you see that many punches. And here's the finish coming up here now. Once he seen that he had Thomas hurt, bang, he went right in there, throwing left hooks, he threw punches from all angles. And Thomas just didn't know what to do. He tried to bob and tried to weave, but Fagan was throwing so many, and they were landing right on the target. Look at this. Thomas doesn't know, he's exhausted, he's punched out, and he just didn't know what to do.
He was delighted to see the white shirt of the referee.
He was glad to see that. Now you're talking, Jimmy. That was the best thing he's seen all night.
Well, a great win there for Oisin Fagan, and you know, it's a credit to his condition because he looks unflustered and unfurried by the whole thing. He looks as if he could go a few more. It pays to live at high temperature. Not Port Marnock, Oklahoma City.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2 minutes and 21 seconds of the 7th round. Referee Amir Khan has stopped the contest. Thomas in no position to continue. Your winner and the new Irish light welterweight champion from Oklahoma, boxing, Port Marnock, it's Oisin Fagan. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to present the championship belt on behalf of the president of the Boxing Union of Ireland, Mel Crystal, has asked the former champion who vacated the title to move up. He was the undefeated champion, Robbie Murray.
Well, every boxer likes a belt. I don't mean a punch, but you've had a few belts in your time, both ways.
I've had far too many. I thought they were vitamins until I was told otherwise.
Well, a good win. A worthy champion, and look at the unmarked face. He's given them here something at the stadium tonight. He's been very good. Well done, Oisin Fagan. Footballer, boxer, and sportsman.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please put your hand together as our challenger leaves the ring now from Blackpool. Jeff Thomas has asked me to thank you all for your hospitality over the last few days. The Irish crowd have been fantastic. He'd also like to take the opportunity to thank Louis Beach, his trainer, and more importantly, his opponent, and the newly crowned Irish light welterweight champion, Oisin Fagan.
That's the way it is.